Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin. Thanks for joining me today for an open box video. As always, do not try this at home. If you like coins certified, get them certified, buy them certified, don't get them certified. It is a losing proposition generally getting coins graded that are raw and or cracking them out, but we like to have fun and educate along the way. And at the coin shop, sometimes we get coins in that are simply a little bit more saleable in a holder than out of a holder, and so we try to accommodate that with coins like these. So we sent these guys in, PCGS economy service, the 1928 Phillies. So this is one of the two really key dates for peace dollars. 21 and 28 are the two that 21 Philly. 21 Philly, of course, is the only one they made. So these guys are the only two coins. Those dates are the only two dates that really have a decent value in average circulated grades. And so this economy service we sent off, and I think we got them back actually pretty quick. I think it was less than 2 months. AU53, their limits on the economy service is $300, and so anything that I can find that's going to be about $300 or less, I try to put on the economy service if I don't need it back very quickly. Nice looking coin. You have a lot of just general surface wear, but still a decent amount of luster. You can see in the field between, if you look right now at the L in Liberty all the way across to the nose, that little dancing line, that is the luster. And you can see how it is there, and there's some weakness to it. You know, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. It's still there a little bit, and that's probably right about a $300 coin. Next, well, we're going to have fun with these, to proof like or not to proof like, folks, because myself and the engineer agreed on these little group of 84 O's that we got in that were just, they were very chatterous, talkative, chatorical. I don't know. Let's make up some new words. These guys here, I've got 3 of them, and I want you to tell me, we're not as worried about the grade on these 3 coins as we are whether or not you would call them proof-like. So numero uno, let's take a look at the second one here. Senor dos. And number 3. Right, there we go. There we go. I should have done a different language for each one. Now, all of them have a lot of hits and chatter, and so we were just worried about trying to get a PL on the label on these coins. So you want to have that, PL means proof-like, you want to have that mirror finish to it. What are we talking about here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Who guessed right, huh? Who guessed right? The one on the right. I will say that both myself and the engineer thought that all of these would grade proof-like because we thought that they were all like extremely comparable coins. And like it feels like they were all together for 100 years or more, right? So 140 years. Just remarkably similar in their overall look appearance, with all of them having that stronger cameo look to the back of the coin, and then all of them having a very similar proof-like field on the obverse. And so there you go, 62, 62, 62 PL. So those coins, I didn't even look up the values. 62s are not that expensive. You know, those are probably, you know, $60 or $75 coins. Maybe we'll just write PL on the label for you, and you can buy a not PL coin. And the PL is probably a $100 coin or something like that. They're not too expensive. This was a cool coin, I thought, 1860. Just a really neat looking circulated seated dollar. Something about seated dollars are just super cool. 1860. You know, you got that beginning of the Civil War era. Oh, there it is. New Orleans Mint, $1. For $1. Just got that really cool original look to it from just a lot of circulation and wear. Just take a minute to appreciate that overall look. Has a little bit of some like old album toning that almost gives it like a touch of color to it. Pretty coin. And if you guessed VG6, you didn't guess a real grade. Good 6 is the grade. VG starts at 8. Good goes to 6. I thought this would come back a VG8, but you know what? A 6 and an 8, that's like super close grading. Overall, you have flat rims, flat surface, flat detail. I felt like there was enough detail kind of in the inner section here to get it to a very good instead of a good 6, but all in all, either way, it's probably close to a $300 coin, as is a really, really nice type coin. All right, 1832. I have no idea what was happening in 1832. All I know is this coin had a ton of character to it. Really nice grade. So these coins come with this really interesting flattened look. You can see how the lines just kind of flow up towards the rim all the way around. And then they've got this kind of like nice looking solid contrast in the center of the coin, and then you get to the edges and it's just all pushed out, so to speak. Same thing actually on the reverse, where you have really full lettering, but then also the softness near the rims where it feels like the coin's just being stretched into the rim of the coin, even though there's a ton of detail to it. So XF details cleaned. I'm feeling like if it was cleaned before any of these graders were born. It's not the type of thing that looks or feels clean. Honestly, I try not to send coins in that are cleaned. Honestly, I do. I mean, occasionally if it's a rare coin, you send it in anyways, and I try to mention that. But like, of all the coins in here that were going to be called clean, that definitely wouldn't have been on my list. I thought they would have done it to me on one of these SLQs. I got a couple SLQs coming up here before we get to the Crackouts. Did I say we have Crackouts? We have Crackouts. 1927. That's a pretty infamous year in baseball, isn't it? Is 27 the year with the baseball and Lindbergh and all of the things, the pain and the Glavin? I think it is. I think it is. 1927. Actually, the really nice looking reverse on this coin. Just a gentle luster with a gentle tone to it, but overall very attractive. The trick on here is the full head, MS62. So on these guys, that head and your standing liberty quarters gets judged to be either a full head or not a full head, although there are very many layers to full headness, just like there is with your proof likeness, and just like there's with toning. There's not 100%. There's not just only 100% toned and 100% white. There's everything in between. MS62 full head. This guy probably right around that 300 ballpark, also near the top limits. And then I've got this 1919. So these coins here, your standing liberty quarters, come with this like super soft strike date already. And also, if you look at I'm going to show you what the problem with the standing liberty quarters is. They had the same thing happen that the Buffalo Nickels had happen, which is to say that the date is basically the highest point on the coin. It's right against the rim already. So it wore really quick. So you'll see coins with practically no date and yet lots of detail. Now this guy here did not come back full head. And I was hoping it would. I can see it's got maybe you want just a little bit of the hairline behind the eye to kind of pop up and make that final little piece of the puzzle. Kind of hard to tell in this coin. I do agree with the grade, but it's kind of hard to tell just at first blush. But I'll see if I can get an angle where you can see that the luster, well, the luster's complete, but it has just a slightest bit of rub on it. So a 58, I think, is the right grade on this coin. Just a really beautiful coin. Probably close to $200. Some of the things are, yeah, that's just a nice coin. Nice coin. That one also, if we have any coins available for sale, folks, they'll usually be down in the show notes linked. here by the time they come back around. But I got to show you these last two crackers here. That 1919 I think could already be sold. So I had two different Morgans. So 21 Morgans are amongst the most common Morgans, but the Philly is the common. So we got a San Francisco and we got a Denver, and those two coins are the ones that are harder to get in uncirculated grades, but especially gem mint state grades, right? So this 21D was marked Unk Details Cleaned by NGC, and I just kind of thought it was a nice looking coin. You know, a 21D in nice mint state can be a pretty expensive piece, and there's all kinds of irony here flowing through my head right now, because as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, I can see that why they called it cleaned. It just has a little bit of a wiped out look to it. But especially on the reverse, the irony here is that they called it cleaned Unk Details as well. And I'm feeling like the back definitely has a little bit of a wiped look to it. This was in a, this was not in an old school album. This was just in a collection that we had that was out of I think this one was out of like a Dansko album. But the reverse definitely has a little bit of that black and blue look to it. So when you tilt it at a certain angle, it just goes black. The obverse I think is pretty nice looking. This is a coin that I think I had for a couple of years. That's how long I simmered on this coin with the artificial toning on it, because I thought this coin was absolutely lovely. This was from an old Whitman album collection and has, to me, just a super original look to it. It just has all of that type of toning that you'd expect to see on a coin that's been in an album a long time. I will say that your 21Ds and S's don't come toned quite as frequently as some other dates do. So there's the combination of just looking at the toning, and then there's just the fact that I thought the fields were very clean. It has a relatively nice strike for a 21S. So 21S's and Ds, 21s in general, come with a super flat strike to them. This one actually has a decent amount of detail in the wings, a little bit of some dye polish flowing through there, and just I thought had the look to be a nicer mint state coin. So we go from artificial toning to straight grade 64. Thank you for getting it right. Beautiful coin with, I think, the right outcome. Probably a $250 coin in that holder, in that grade, and in an artificial toning grade, not so much. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.